So just opening up the hood.
This
Okay.
clamshell.
Got it. So it's a clamshell hood. And
so this is your windshield washer fluid.
Windshield washer fluid.
The motor's right down there.
Okay.
It has a 12-volt battery for running the accessories.
Got that. Yeah.
The motor is liquid cooled. That's a radiator for liquid cooling the motor.
Yep.
Right there. Battery on this is air cooled.
Got it. This battery is air cooled.
This battery is air cooled.
Okay. But liquid cooled is probably the way to go, I'm assuming.
Depends on the application for this car. Air cooling is fine.
Yeah. Bernie and I were having that discussion last time I saw him. And then what's this? Airbox for?
That's, I think, intake for the ventilation system.
Ventilation system.
Cabin ventilation.
Okay.
So it comes. There's a little filter up here.
Yep.
It comes through.
Yep.
Goes into the car.
Got it.
Pretty simple. This is brake fluid here.
And is there a hard cutoff for the battery system?
There is. It's that little hatch. For us, it's that little hatch where you looked inside the car underneath the passenger seat.
Okay, I got it.
There's a service disconnect there.
Got it. Okay. So we're back on. There's a little grill here, which is in front, just a plastic grill, and it looks like it's screwed on right down there. And
pretty simple little car.
And then the body, you can see thickness here. It's kind of there we go, right like that.
Same here.
And bolted onto a bracket, which is bolted down to a piece, which looks like it might be part of the chassis. I don't know. These are the crush beams in the front. Looks like they're dimpled for crush right here, and then you can see the body as it comes around. And if I were to count up pieces, 1, 2, 3. Fenders all single piece.
This is a separate piece.
4. Yep, as it comes down. Wheel well is wheel well is just a piece of polycarbonate there on the back, and then inside is chassis. Yep, and then so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in the front, 7 on the door, 8. And here's the Think City. We've got thank you very much. We've got P1 flange, which comes out probably some crush space out here, and the molded in color body on top of it, and you can see it comes up the P1 flange right there and is bolted on the side, and then some form of the what looks like the folded metal chassis. There you can see the step up for the battery, and it looks like some form of cover for the battery that's there.
That's us. We put that in so we can reset our battery.
Okay, got it.
It's not no stock.
Okay, and cup holders on the side. Has some form of child latch underneath there, which is great. And then here's the molded in color body that you've got. Window's got a hard plastic trim on it, bonded in on this side. So it's bonded in the front, and then it's got frame on the door. Comes down to the quarter panel, which is another hard plastic. Windshield in the front is bonded in all the way around. Interesting at the top. This is great. So this is bonded in at the roof seam, just like we were discussing last week as the method forward for us. And then this appears to be metal here on the A-pillar, and fretting inside. So they've fretted out the windshield, and it's probably E1 glass is my guess. E17 on the side windows, and then some form of flange cover there, and then the cute little Think face with that luster of molded in color body plastic, which doesn't bother me at all for a city car. I don't really think
Body by Tupperware.
Whatever people say, it's not a bad thing, I think. And then you've got your charge outlet, so a special plug, so to speak. And then can it go into a 120 outlet?
Yeah, 120 or 220.
And if I stick my hands on any of this, it's not going to hurt me?
I don't think so, but I wouldn't do it.
Yep, I gotcha. But at some point, some person who bought it would know that.
Right.
Battery type sodium nickel chloride, but is probably not that case at this point.
Nope, it's a lithium iron phosphate battery.
Lithium iron phosphate. And Think has 4 lug nuts on it. They haven't taken the note from the Tata Nano, which went down to 3 lug nuts. And then it's got a spot welded inner panel on the door. There goes the
this is actually metal. I don't think
yeah, I think it is too. So it's got a metal inner on the door with some what looks like maybe TIG, but maybe MIG right here melding to this, and then some form of fabric covered part in there. So I think that's that.
Front discs, rear drums.
Front discs, rear drums. Will you spot me here in case somebody's coming along?
Yep.
And then underneath here, looks like a.
I'm sure it's a
Lower.
little twist beam.
Lower. It's like it's got a torque arm on it. That's part of it, and then it's got a single control arm that goes out, a spindle that goes out to the rear hub. So very simple structure, and then the batteries underneath, and then in the front. So there you have it. That's what it looks like. Looks like there's some kind of torsion arm that goes back through there. And then coming around to the front, independent front suspension, lower control arm right here, and CV shafts that are quite beefy for a vehicle of this size, and disc brakes on the front, and a sway bar, which you can see the end of right here, and some form of McPherson strut on the top, and a small spindle, and that's it. And then there's the tranny, and here is the motor. Does Think make their own motors? Do you know?
Don't know.
Okay. And
Doubt it.
yep, probably not. And there are the cables that come out from the battery, and here's the chassis. Okay.
Y'all small tuna fish show on the big
This is a Shark Tank.
Here we go again.
2004 phenomenal hit.